Welcome to the Chop Team. I'm your host, Seth the DaChop.
I'm your host, Twins Inc.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. As you see the title, Disrespecting the Black Legacy. So we're going in today. We're going to chop it up. So first off, we're going to have a quick snippet from the great Eddie Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
There's no criminal charge.
There is a systematic effort to destroy every black male entertainer's image. They want us all to have an actress by name.
So, as you hear, now he probably said, when was that interview?
It was 2015.
Okay, so that was, 5 years ago?
Yeah, well, December, so 4, but yeah.
I feel it's older than that, but either way.
Because it's been true for a long time.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Black History Month, as you can see. Not you can see, as you know what it is.
As you supposed to know what it is.
Right. And as you have been noticing, there has been a constant disrespect to our black legacy. And as Mr. Eddie Griffin was saying, for people who is currently famous.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And one of the biggest things, I mean, it's been going on for years here, so it's not just new. But one of the biggest things that is just everybody's seen this week was the whole interview with Miss Gayle King, right? You know what? I'm not giving her the title of Miss Gayle King. Gayle King. That respect level is gone for me.
I mean, we should probably call it really what it is.
We won't call it.
Oprah's side piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine too. So the side piece. Kobe Bryant has not even been dead for not even 2 full weeks.
Have they had his funeral service yet?
I have no clue.
I don't even think he's had his memorial
and also,
service.
I think it is 2 weeks because it wasn't last week, it was the week before, because when you came over.
It was on a Sunday.
It was a Sunday.
About 2 weeks ago.
So it's now 2 weeks, but it hasn't even been 2 weeks yet.
Mm-mm.
And this lady felt that she had to have an interview discussing many topics, right, whatever it may be, which is cool to have an interview. But the one thing that she brought up and was the whole the lie allegation that was brought up on Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't gonna say what it was. It was just a lie.
No. Let's call it what it was.
Okay, let's call it what it was.
A young white lady who went to Kobe's room, had sex with him,
and other people,
and then he ordered a movie when she left. Yeah. She said he raped her. And just to be sure, after she filed charges and they did a rape kit, because of course they jumped right on that one. Turns out she had 2 other people's pubic hair in her underwear and another person's semen in her body with Kobe. So, but yeah, she was raped. Yeah.
Sound like a jump off to me.
Sound like she just delivered something to the room, seen there was a big black rich dude and decided to get a quickie in, and then she took her butt right back downstairs to work.
Yeah, and then she went out the next day and bragged about it at a party.
And at the same time was having sex with other people. But hey, she said rape. Believe all women.
So, once again, she brought up this whole she made it her point to ask Lisa Leslie during the conversation her thoughts about it. And the way that she was asking the questions, that once Lisa gave her response, you know when somebody tell you something and you don't believe what they're saying, so you kind of ask it a different way or say it a different way, trying to get a different response.
Or when you don't like their answer, so you're really angling to hear something specific.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it was. Mm-hmm. It's just a continued disrespect. This man has given us 20 plus years of great NBA experience, and not even 2 weeks, this man's passed away. You want to bring up some allegations that been dropped
to one of his best friends, not just some random Joe Blow walking down the street, to one of his best friends who just might have been, I don't know, grieving herself.
Of course.
Just saying.
So, what is, ladies and gentlemen out there in the world, in the media, all over, what is the narrative y'all pushing with attacking the black legacy and also the black men? Because here's the problem that I have here, me personally. So, my black woman, this is for you, because you're supposed to be our backbone. You're supposed to be our strength. You're supposed to be our queen. Everything that a strong man needs behind him, right? That's the saying, right? Behind every strong man is a
strong black woman, or strong woman, but
strong woman
for a sister. So
yeah, but in most cases, it's going to be a black woman that we're referring to, right?
Hopefully.
So the problem that I have is that when people when Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Kobe Bryant, whoever is in the media for whatever XYZ, you are in the front of the line like, yeah, boycott this, turn down this, don't sell this, don't wear that. You're the first ones to be the one instead of the black man in the back. And when you say, oh, not me, well, once again, we're talking about Gayle King. She's black, right? Now, she had the choice to say she can do the show or not, but she chose to do it, right?
Wait. You know what? Before we go any further,
okay.
I want to add a disclaimer that we are not talking about all black women. We are not giving a blanket statement, but we are saying that in the media, when there's an attack against a black man's legacy, for whatever reason, it's normally a sister who is fronting who is the face of the agenda. I don't think black people, women are moving the levers of power.
No.
But when they need to put a puppet up in front of somebody to say Michael Jackson was this, or Prince was that, or Wilt Chamberlain was this, it's always a sister who takes that front position, and she catches most of the flack. But they don't care what flack she catches, just as long as they get the word out over the media airways with a black face behind it. You want to keep going?
Yeah. And right, it's not all, but I'm gonna say it's like 95%, because let's be honest, when the whole surviving R. Kelly thing came out, you understand how many people were talking about, I'm not playing this music ever again. And that's people that I know personally, my whole Facebook page. And when I used to play his music or whatever, they get mad. How could you do this? And then they want to make it personal, talking about what happened if you raped your daughter, what happened to this? I said, here's the problem that I have. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you are the number one people okay, let's go back a second here. Ladies, did y'all just forget that in 2019, black women were being abducted and sex trafficking all day long, last month, and it's still going on now. I'm protect our women all the time. But did you just forget this last year, that black women being snatched away left and right? Okay. But then y'all the same ones crying out to the men, talking about, we need a man to stand up for us and protect us and XYZ. We're confused. You want us to be your protector and XYZ, which we have no problem doing. But then on the flip side, you can't be the same one stump us in the back. You know what I'm saying? So you want me to protect you or not? Because we conflicted here. We conflicted here as a whole. I'm not saying me personally. I'm speaking for this man overall, because we have to deal with this every day, because it's a constant attack on us. Constant attack. And my only ask is that keep it balanced. Keep it fair across the board. Don't just make it same about R. Kelly, because when it's R. Kelly, yay. R. Kelly, whoever, y'all were like, yeah. But as soon as somebody white do something, I hear nothing.
Crickets.
I mean,
Crickets.
we have over 100 Catholic priests or 300? I can't remember the number no more. But
it doesn't matter.
But the point I'm trying to make is that, where's the rally?
Exactly.
Where's that?
Are y'all just happy that it's mostly happening to white kids, so you don't care?
See, and that's the point I'm trying to make. See, the way we talk here as men, it's not really about race.
No.
Because I care about those children in those Catholic churches, because most of them are maybe white, because I don't know, there's some black people who go to Catholic church, but the point I'm trying to make is I care about them. So it's not just about, black kids. No, it's all kids. Anybody. If anyone is treated unfair, I want equal rights for everybody.
Fair enough. I want to, I guess, expand. For me, I'm not going to front and lie and try to make it sound better. I do see most of this world through a racial lens. I am a black man in America. I was not born racially conscious. This country, I was taught that shit. Just gonna say that. Okay. I wasn't born that way. But yeah, the Catholic priest touching kids, totally 100% don't agree with that. That's a problem. Now, for some people of our complexion, you might think primarily the Catholic priests are touching young, lighter complexion. I don't want to. I try not to use the word white. So if I say lighter complexion, substitute what you want to. Anyway, but even so, those are evil men. I'll give you that, who did evil things to children. I would defend the honor if I saw someone raping a person. If I saw a man getting raped, I hope I would stop that. I really do intend to in my heart. So if I saw a woman being raped or taken advantage of, I would say something. If I saw a child being abused or taken advantage of, I would say something. Because once again, everybody's people. Everybody's a person. So I do feel a little bit more respect and responsibility toward people of my own complexion. But if I saw a white woman being beat up in the middle of the street, I'm going to stop that action. And it's not because she's white. It's not even because she's a woman. You don't deserve to get your butt beat in the middle of the street unless you do. I don't want to give it a blanket. Some people, sometimes you earn that butt whipping.
Right. That makes sense.
Which for me brings me right back around to Gayle King. Because sometimes you get the whooping you earned. You let your mouth write a check your butt couldn't cash, and that's just going to be the way it is. But for the overall topic, Bill Cosby, I'm going to roll back around, but Bill Cosby, yep, he raped those women. Sounds like he raped them from the description being told, but I don't hear any woman ever taking personal responsibility for anything. At no point has Bill Cosby ever used a weapon. Did he coerce, physically force anybody? Every one of them women who quote unquote got raped came back to the room of a married man. This is a man who was married. They knew that when they went to his hotel room. They knew this. But hey, I'm not saying he's right. I'm saying, don't you have some personal responsibility? Because if my wife goes back to another man's room, I'm not going to fight that guy. I'm not. I don't give a dang if my wife gets raped in a hotel room with 5 people. My question is, how did you get to the hotel room? Did someone pull a gun on you? Did someone drag you to the room? No, I went to the room. I'm done talking. What's the point?
I got you.
I mean, I'm just saying, at this point,
how you put yourself in that predicament in the first place? What did you do in the first place?
And whose responsibility is it to take care of you?
It's yourself.
Exactly. My primary responsibility is myself.
Right.
I take care of my kids. I take care of my wife. I take care of my friends. But if I don't want to get shot in the hood,
don't
take your ass to the hood. It's simple. I'm not trying to say it doesn't happen, but Bill Cosby wasn't accused of making anybody do anything.
Right, wasn't forced.
But I'm not here to defend Cosby. I'm just throw that on the table. Just saying. Even these young ladies with R. Kelly, I'm not saying it's right and wrong. I'm saying, as far as I know, R. Kelly didn't have locks and stuff on the door. Those people chose to stay there. Once again, personal responsibility. I'm not saying he was right. I'm saying that these people have responsibilities also. You choose what position you put yourself in a lot of the time. I'm not here to argue with some people that will argue back that it's not right. No, I don't want to hear it. You make your own decision about where you put yourself. If the only time I feel like a real crime is committed is if someone made you do it. If you chose to walk through that door, I don't know what's happening on the side of that door, but did you have the ability to not walk through that door? If the answer to that is yes, what did you choose to do? So, I'm not saying R. Kelly's right. Pissing on a 14-year-old is not healthy. Do not condone that at all.
Facts.
But, R. Kelly is R. Kelly. But I threw that on the table. Once again, y'all took his legacy. Michael Jackson, he put himself in a bad position. Seems like those parents kept bringing those kids over to him.
On the plate.
So.
Do you want to spend the night at Michael Jackson's house?
Exactly. I'm not saying it's right. at all.
I want to meet Michael Jackson. I don't want to spend the night at his house,
Exactly.
but I like to meet him.
I don't want to play in no fort with Michael Jackson. But these kids' parents did. I don't hear y'all tearing apart these kids' parents because these kids' parents drove them to their house. But I'm not defending Michael Jackson. I don't care. Who else were we? Oh, and let's go ahead and roll around to Kobe. Once again, Kobe's a basketball player. Now, I've only met 2 actual ball players, and I knew one personally. When they are on the road at these hotels, these guys don't go looking for sex. They don't solicit sex. They don't ask for anything. They go to their hotel room and sex is delivered to them by the person holding the vagina.
So it's kind of like even with music artists or stars, when they travel, rap artists, R&B, whoever, when they go on the road and they travel, go state to state, they have backstage passes, but girls somehow find a way to make it back to their room and trying to get to the main person. Meanwhile, they might have to mess around with the whole entourage before they get to the person. And by the time they get to the main artist, he gone already. You was just, part of the, hey, you want to see him? What you gonna do? But the point I'm trying to make is that they all had a choice.
Didn't Tupac do a year in jail because of that? Year and a half?
Listen, all of our people just somehow get caught up on those things. Now think about it. Think about all of the black people we just named, Tupac, everybody that had got caught or got in trouble for those type of things. So you telling me that they're the only ones doing it?
Oh, no.
I'm saying they're the only ones out there. No, they're just the ones that got caught. No, not just one. Those are the ones that were set up purposely to get caught. Because people do it all day. It's even happening right now. Let's keep it 100%.
Come on, it's some ball player right now getting
right
sloppy toppy from a girl who was working downstairs at the cash register, whatever. And by the way, I haven't moved off of Gayle King. I just wanted to touch base on personal responsibility because it got to be said. It's too many of our sisters and brothers, and this include white people, but I'm talking to black people right now. It's us. We don't accept personal responsibility. We're always looking for somebody to blame. And if you can find somebody to blame, you run with it. We need to stop that. That seriously. But, moving on off of that, once again, the young lady that Kobe was supposedly did something with, he did settle with her out of court. The police dropped all the charges and everything because they didn't have enough evidence. She looked guilty, but Kobe didn't want to run his family through that ringer. Cool. Moving on from that. And when was that? 2003? Was it?
No.
It was like 17 years, in between 14, 17 years ago. Whatever. Some of his kids are younger than that. How old was the daughter that just passed away, Gianna?
17? I'm not sure.
No,
I
think
don't know.
she wasn't even 17. I think she was 14.
I don't know.
Meaning she wasn't even born when this happened. That was wrong for her to even touch base on that. She didn't have no reason to even have to entertain that.
No, they said Gigi was no, that's not her. Continue.
Yeah, okay.
I'll find
so
it.
I'm just saying though. So that was before her time, but still. Now, so personal responsibility, we need to learn how to take that, and I put that because same thing for Gayle King right now. Now we're getting down to my frustration.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Gayle King. Oprah said Gayle King wasn't handling it well because she's never had death threats. She knew what she was saying. I saw the interview. I don't know who writes the questions for her to ask or if she writes them herself, but personal responsibility, you had a choice to make.
Facts.
She chose to say the things she said.
But it's funny how Oprah said, she's not taking it well, XYZ. Mm-hmm. How do you think those Kobe Bryant and his daughter and those other 7 passengers feel? How do you think they families feel?
You just took the focus clean off of that. You tried to take it straight to the gutter. How do you think they feel?
Right, like Gayle, you didn't lose nobody. You didn't lose a family member in a horrific way. You understand?
And Lisa Leslie handled it like a pimp. She was like, "Yo, that wasn't how it was with me, and that's not something I thought about, or we don't deal with that." Mm-hmm. She tried to move on, and you kept pushing the envelope like like, honestly, was somebody making you? And once again, personal responsibility here. Was somebody making you say these things, or did you choose to walk that walk? Because you crying and boo-hooing, but you had a choice to make before you even opened your mouth and said something. You chose to go the wrong route, in my opinion, after this man's legacy, which is the same route so many people always take on any black celebrity. But primarily for the last couple of years, it's been Oprah and her girlfriend, Gail.
Yeah, because Gail was the same one that interviewed with R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm. And didn't Oprah tear apart Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
She was on the verge of going after Russell Simmons.
Yeah, and decided to step back. Now, I believe it's still happening, but she's no longer going to be the face of it.
Well, once again,
but it's done. It's whatever energy you put into it, it's already going to manifest. Because at the end of the day, even though you're away from it, everybody's still going to remember Oprah Winfrey. Because your name is that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like if Michael Jordan was going to do open up a new store in Atlanta, Georgia, and decide, I'm going to go back and let someone else do it. Everybody's going to say, oh, that's the store Jordan was going to open up. So everybody's going to go because even though I'm going to run the store now, but Jordan wants to do it, so I'm still going because Jordan wants to do it.
Yeah,
that's affiliation.
You know what I want to hear? If Jordan opened a store, I want to hear Oprah say, "Yeah, he's opening a store. There may be gambling in the back." Yeah. Wasn't he in trouble for gambling years ago?
Yeah, that's something that she'll probably bring up as well.
Which has zero to do with damn anything.
Nothing.
But listen, sisters, I know all folk. I mean, all skin folk ain't kin folk. We know that.
Facts.
But it's getting blatantly obvious when I'm gonna call it what we want to call it, the white power structure. Whenever the white power structure has a black entertainer of any sort that might have a decent legacy, somebody somewhere finds a way to try to tarnish it, and it's primarily us.
Yeah, and also if you think about it too, it's crazy how stuff happens in the world, how things change. Kobe passed away, and his family, and the 7 passengers. At the same time, Donald Trump was having an impeachment, and guess what happened? That was a big distraction. Everyone's key focus now is all about the Kobe Bryant case. First was about Kobe Bryant, period, and then how it happened, X, Y, Z, and now we got these talks about his false or not even true allegation came against him. But that's a big distraction with other things going on in the background. You know what I'm saying? We have a president who he dodged 2 bullets, right? Long story short. We're not going to get into that, though, but this is what I'm trying to make is that
it's so much.
They take that, whatever happened with the whole Kobe thing, they took that and they ran with it. Big distraction while in the background they're doing XYZ to mess everything up. But I don't want to go all over the place, but once again, it's Black History Month, and the one thing we should be talking about is all the black excellence of the African American history that we have done through this country and in America. But every time I turn the TV, is always something negative about a black person. I mean, negative.
See, that's the whole point for me as a black man, and I wasn't always conscious. I'm not gonna walk around saying I was rocking Public Enemy T-shirts in high school or nothing.
Right.
I'm not Spike Lee level of conscious, but now that I see it, once again, it's not hard to see that there's a concerted effort to tarnish the black people's image around the world. Period.
Yeah, that's true.
And with that effort to tarnish it, we can't keep helping it to happen. And I think the word I'm looking for is, it's all about money. There's a bag to be chased. Sisters, quit chasing the gosh darn bag so freaking hard. It's not about the money. Oprah's a billionaire. Gayle King, once again, may as well be a multimillionaire. I don't know her net worth. Right. But come on, you basically been sleeping with Oprah on the DL for 50 years. You have access to whatever you desire. You're not chasing a bag, and not to mention you're like 60 or 70 or something. It ain't about the money. You're doing this because you want to. I got no respect for it. I stopped listening to Oprah because I'm basically a dude, so why would I ever have listened to Oprah in the first place? Years ago. She stopped being relevant to the black community years ago. All right? And just to throw dirt, didn't her matron of one of her schools get 19 years for raping all them kids and sexually molesting the kids at her private school in Africa? Funny how Gail ain't did an expose on that crap. But
her.
Or exactly. But you
That's
keep
in your back
doing
door.
it.
It's right in your own neighborhood. This is right in your own yard.
Exactly.
This is your own dog shit.
But you're not trying to do it. Once again, sisters, quit it. I mean, honestly, chasing the bag, if you got to chase the bag by selling out people of your own complexion, what does that say about you? And it's getting worse on the street, for real. Don't keep expecting. You already think that ain't nobody got your back. You think you in it on your own. You know, you don't think the black man supports you. Whatever. You know what? I hear you. If the black man isn't supporting you when you sell the black man out, who is supporting you? Whose side are you on? Because if you think the white man on your side, I would only say good luck with that, because he ain't been on our side in hundreds of years. So if you are by yourself out here in the street on your own trying to get that bag yourself, okay, I respect that. Like my man just said, why don't you equal opportunity it then? Go after the Hispanics. I don't care. I don't want you to not tell the truth, because if Kobe did something wrong, if Bill Cosby did something wrong, speak on it.
Yeah.
And if Donald Trump did something wrong, and Jeffrey Epstein did something wrong, and Prince Andrew did something wrong, speak on that too.
That's my only gripe, is that if they're wrong, they're wrong. I'm not saying that they're wrong. I mean, I'm not saying
I'm not offering passes.
No, there's no pass given to R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, whoever. If they did it, they did it. Okay, cool. I never not once said that they didn't do it or they all lying. No. All I'm saying is that I want that same energy across the board.
Across the board, please.
Yes.
But
tear down other people's legacy. I mean, Elvis been dead for how many years, but we haven't heard about his allegations messing with a 15 and 14-year-old girl.
Kirk Douglas just died. I mean, what about his rape allegation? I heard he raped a 15-year-old girl. Oh, I'm sorry. He had consensual intimacy with the 15-year-old girl.
Yeah, wordplay means everything. Wordplay means everything. Same act, just different how you say it and put it together. But yeah, where are those at?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Once again, I'm not giving no passes. I'm saying this bag that certain sisters keep chasing. And I'm saying Stacey Dash, Oprah, her friend Gail, this even Diamond and Pearl for the Republicans. Chase the bag all you want, but why you got to sell out people of your own complexion to chase that bag? Because I've been able to make a decent living in my life, and I ain't had to sell out a sister or a brother to do what I had to do in my life. I'm not on their level, but even doing this podcast, let's say we get to be millionaires doing this. I don't think I have to sell out my brothers and sisters to make my money.
Ooh,
you don't have to do that.
I like that. No, you don't. And also, just real quick, Gigi was 13 years old when she passed away, right? She was born in, I don't have had it, but his case was 2003. So, long story short is that now she's passed away, but the other, because he had $4. So the other $3 now, because they brought this up, they're going to have to hear about this now. You understand what I'm saying? This is something that happened before they were all born. So now that they bringing it back up in the media and the news now, if they go in school, the kids going to look it up. They're going to see it and they'll talk about it. And they're going to be like, oh, your dad's this, your dog. We know how brutal being a kid is. And growing up black is not easy. And if you grew up not in black, if it's being a kid, period, because white kids will be tough too if they know your business. So the fact that they had this new information about Kobe's past, which it wasn't public, or because you didn't know about it, you didn't care about it. You know what I'm saying?
It was pretty much dead. Because he was no charges filed. He never was convicted of a crime.
So now, one, Vanessa lost her husband and her oldest daughter. Now she has $3 other daughters she has to raise now. But now they're going to have to hear about these stories now that happened. Did my dad really do this? Mom got to sit there and have that difficult conversation about something that didn't happen. You understand what I'm saying? But Oprah's more worried about Gail not doing well. But you got these young 3 women, because mind you, Kobe was raising young ladies, young women of his own. Now he had 3 young women of their own without their father to talk to them and teach them about being a woman and things.
Or to actually explain the situation. Wait, I just want to put out, because of his kids, didn't Oprah do the same thing to Michael Jackson? Didn't he have kids?
Yeah, he had kids.
So now his kids have to roll through that. Once again, never convicted. I'm not giving a pass. The dude didn't do no time. The dude was found innocent. The dude was investigated, and now he's gone. And what did you do? Threw his children into the dang on gutter for what? Chasing a bag. And once again, you're already rich. Why are you doing it when you already got money?
Yeah.
What's your motivation? Who are you working for? Because you're already rich.
And also, I want to say this too. Big shout out to the big Snoop Dogg.
Oh, I ain't even touch base on his anger.
Yeah. And I get his anger, and I understand that, And as he said in the second post, he's nonviolent, but we're emotional people, and we speak in our emotion, how we feel at that time and moment. But I want to give him a big shout out because it's about time that someone else in the same level or same media power to say something.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
you understand?
Add 50 Cent too, because 50.
Oh,
went,
yeah. And
50 went all the way left.
Oh yeah, no, 50 been going left for a while. So definitely big shout out to the big boy 50. Mm-hmm. He been definitely chiming in on everybody's stuff, not just Gail, but everybody. Bill Cosby and all. He been chiming in on because it just ain't make no sense. What's the attack? Even Oprah. Mm-hmm. But yes, big shout out for them too, because it's about time someone of those guys of power, and they have power at this point in their careers where they can say stuff now. Like at this point going forward now, you just can't be saying stuff and there's no repercussions in behind it. Mm-hmm. So if you can't sleep at night because people blowing your phone up at night, if somebody's throwing rocks through your window or knock on your door, ring your doorbell or whatever, maybe not because it's a nice house, but I don't care. That's your fault. You brought that up on yourself. Mm-hmm. You speaking on the dead. There's one thing, I've never been in the street through my life. Don't even claim to be one. But one thing I do know is that you never speak on the dead. Point blank, period.
Oh my God.
I mean,
ain't no respect.
There's no respect. This one thing you just don't do. You never speak on the dead.
And that's the worst part. This is part of why everybody angry at Gail too, by the way.
Right.
Because you let the dead lie. You know what? If you died, my grandfather, God rest him, you know what I'm saying? He might have had about 5 kids outside of outside the marriage. I'm not gonna try to pass that off. But you don't tear apart his memory, especially until you let him at least get cold in the ground, God in heaven. But it happened once you pass, it's almost like you get a pass. Once you die, you reset it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's gone. He can't defend himself. Let it go. They didn't even let this dude. One of my sisters of my complexion went in on Kobe the day he passed away.
Wow.
The day of. Gail ain't the first. She's just the most obvious. But once again, my sisters, I keep saying it and I'll keep saying it. Y'all got to quit selling out people of your own complexion chasing that bag. At the end of the day, money ain't worth that much. When you land on your deathbed, it won't matter if you got $1 trillion in your bank account. You are laying on your deathbed.
Because you can't take it with you.
It's not worth it. And you all Gail, Oprah, you're already rich. Who you take? Anyway, yeah, we can move on. I'm just going over the same thing at this point. But
hey, listen. Before we jump off this topic, just remember, it is Black History Month, and to be honest, I have not seen anything yet that has been positive about Black History Month yet from our people besides negative stuff. And of course, we got all the distraction this month too. You got the Super Bowl just finished, right? Mm-hmm, then we got next Valentine's Day is coming up. Mm-hmm. So take the time and honor your Black history. To my Black people and anyone who's not Black, learn about the Black people. Don't just and get past the Martin and Malcolm X. Do a deeper dive. There's a book right here we had by Marcus Garvey, and we'll have the author on the show within 2 weeks. talk more about it. Teach me about Marcus
God
Garvey.
willing. Yeah.
And it's a great book for the young youth out there so they can plug in and learn about him, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't learn about Marcus Garvey until I was in Tampa, Florida. So in 2014, I learned about him. And I learned about him because I was doing this business with another business part of mine. We was doing coffee, or AKA drizzles. Some people know what that is. But we went to these events, and that's how I learned, because we went to black events, and they was teaching information about black history. And guess what? I learned about Marcus Garvey. Mm-hmm. I didn't know nothing about him. And mind you, that's in 2014, right? So that was what, 6 years ago? 6 years ago. So I'm 38 now. I was 32. At the age of 32, I did not know anything about Marcus Garvey. I only knew about Martin Luther King Jr., Malcolm X, Rosa Parks, the main ones. There's a lot more out there you need to learn about. But this book here, Teach about Marcus Garvey, is wonderful. It's great for the youth to get a basic understanding to learn about our black history. So we're going to end out on that. But I'll be looking out for the interview in 2 weeks. Anything you want to close out with this disrespecting the black legacy?
I just want, once again, just to reiterate, as Eddie Griffin spoke, and just to repeat again, it doesn't matter. It almost doesn't matter who it is. There is a systematic effort to disgrace anybody famous and black. You can't leave this world with your reputation intact, if at all possible. You know what I'm saying? They keep, the moment you die, they start digging up stuff you did in high school. But lately, and they used to do it themselves, but the face of that disrespectful culture that's currently in place, it's a feminine version of our complexion person. Quit chasing that bag for that. It ain't worth it.
And it's tough too. Cause you understand that, believe it or not, there is probably a lot of black people, especially black men right now, are going through a lot of, mental depression right now. But the thing is that we have to be tough 24/7 all the time. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we're constantly seeing our brothers and sisters being shot in the street by cops, constantly, with no resolutions, and not even the streets. Now they're being shot and killed in their own house.
Yeah, we need to talk about that. I know. By itself, because we live in a war. This country, for black people, because of 100% access to media,
right?
You can watch a news feed, so you can be bombarded by it. We live in a state of war. 90% of us probably have some type of PSTD.
I believe it.
Just being black in America.
So,
and then some of us are making it worse for money.
And the money is the root of all evil. All right, we're going to close out on this one. We'll be back very shortly, within 5-10 minutes, with another episode. So tune in, live chat, let us know how you feel, and we out.
Peace.